y'all, my camera, where is it? Right there. My camera looks so frosty. It looks, this is a different, sorry, this is a different phone. My other phone didn't have any battery. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? What are we gonna do, guys? We're gonna get fit in 26. We're gonna get fit in 26. Who's gonna get fit in 26? You're gonna get fit. I'm gonna get fit in 26. Okay, and in order to do that, I gotta get moving and I need to get to work. So let's get moving and let's get to work. Let me have a sip of my fiber. My morning fiber. Okay. And in order to get fit in 26, we're going to continue health bouncing. And why do we health bounce? Because that's what we can do. We do whatever we can do. We just do it because we can. And I am so curious, is my picture as blurry as it looks on my phone? I'm so curious. That phone has some filter, to protect it on it, so it's very cloudy. So hopefully this view is fine. All right, Alexa, give me a 5-minute timer. Alexa, give me a 5-minute timer.
5 minutes, starting now.
Okay, so we're gonna get fit in 26, and I've been watching a lot of rebounding videos back again, and I saw this one guy. He is like a young doctor. I don't know what he is. Is he a doctor? He might just be a nutritionist. He wears glasses, and he's always on his rebounder talking about the benefits of it. But the only thing I disagree with him on is he tells everyone, just go get the cheapest rebounder you can find. You do not want to do that. That is a big X. No, do not do the cheapest rebounder. And here's why. There are studies and there are life experiences of people who get cheap ones, and when your rebounder doesn't absorb the shock of the impact that you're doing on the rebounder, guess who absorbs it? Your knees, your back, your ankles, your joints, your whatever, all the different things that are absorbing shock and impact in your body. It would be like jumping on the cement. But when you buy a quality rebounder that has been tested for ergonomics, and in my case, I have 2 springs for every connector to the bar and to the mat. 2 springs that are absorbing the impact that my body is making going against gravity. So I do not recommend that you buy the cheapest rebounder, because there are a lot of knockoff companies that have just made them cheaper, because when you use American steel springs, it costs more than cheap Chinese springs. And a lot of those cheap $30, whatever, $100 rebounders are just giving you a bounce. They're not thinking about your long-term health. So I've had this rebounder for like 23 years. And when you divide the $330 I paid in 2004, or whatever the date is, 2003, divided by that many years, then that's how much I ended up spending on my rebounder. So let's just say what, someone do the math. $330 divided by, what did I say? 20, let's just say 20 years. Then that's all you're spending on your rebounder per year. So invest in yourself. There are some things that you need to go ahead and make quality decisions to prolong your life in a healthy, mobile way. You don't want to injure yourself and then blame the rebounder or blame rebounding, because it's the rebounder that's causing the problems, not your body and not the concept of rebounding. So that's my little soapbox about that guy. He's doing great work, but when he tells everyone just go get a cheap one, I just want to, clearly he hasn't read the book that the founder of Rebounding, because he has a whole chapter about when he manufactured the first rebounders and what they found and how they had to make adjustments so that people weren't getting hurt from their impact on their joints. And, that just shows that you are impacting your body in some way. It's just gentle and not jarring, because the rebounder, see, like that was a spring. Okay, so here's another reason that you want a quality rebounder. I knew my time was coming up. So my springs are 20, Alexa, stop. My springs are 23 years old, okay? And I know that when you break one spring, the manufacturer says you should change all your springs. But 23 years ago, I never did that. I just decided to just break a string when it broke instead of guessing that I need to replace all the springs at the same time. So I haven't broken a spring in probably 2 years, was probably the last time, but I have replacement springs here for that. Anyway, it's not the fat part of the spring, it's the curved part of the spring. This little joint right here, it ends up getting worn out over 23 years of using it. And another reason, that's a good example, it's a perfect example. When you buy a quality rebounder and you have 2 springs for each connection to the frame, when one spring breaks, you still have the support of the other one. You just don't want, it's like driving on a spare. You don't want to do it for very long until you replace that spring, because that one spring's going to have to carry all the weight, the burden of the 2. So I didn't fall off. I didn't injure myself, even though a spring broke. When you buy those rebounders that are cheap, they have one little tiny spring connecting to the frame. And if you break one, it's possible that your foot's going through. So I'm lucky, perfect example of why you want to buy a quality rebounder. It's after 8 a.m. I need to get in the shower and go to work. Y'all have a wonderful day. Let me just see if any of my Avanti friends are on the channel. Okay. All right, short and sweet. Okay, we've got some Greek. What is that? That looks like a Russian language. Doesn't look Greek. Okay, just some silly comments. People are giving me the suggestions of how much weight I should lose. Okay. This is fiber. And it's kind of an orange flavor. All right. Gotta go. See you later. Nothing here of quality.